Hey guys, welcome. My name is James and this is This Beautiful Crazy Life. As you guys know, we've been going through a devotional series for the season of Advent, and today is our final episode for this series. I want to thank all those who listened, all those who participated. Special shout out to my friend Rufus and Stefan, who dedicated time and effort into making very beautiful contributions to doing this. My reason for doing this was for people to reflect on the coming season of Christmas, which is supposed to be this amazing celebration. The celebration on God invading time and space and joining us, his people, and bringing in the kingdom of God and offering salvation for those who are lost. That is the gospel, right? And that's what I wanted to talk about. So today I want to talk about something that I think is really interesting. And it's about the Blessed Virgin Mary. Now, for a lot of Catholics, there is a great reverence for, Catholics and the Orthodox Church, a great reverence for Mary, the mother of Jesus. And for many non-Catholics, Protestants, we don't really think about who Mary was and what she did. I think this is really important as well. Recently and over the last few years, people have been saying things like Mary was Me Too or raped or something like that. It's been an argument that many atheists have made before. Now sort of people who are just don't like the Christian story have started talking about. And I think that's a misunderstanding, a complete misunderstanding of what the biblical story is. I just want to say when it comes to reading any religious text, I understand the objectivity of looking at outside things and saying, we think that people believe this because of this. But you can sometimes miss the point of what the original people read it like. And for a couple thousand years, when Christian readers heard about Mary and who she was, they weren't thinking that she was somehow raped or attacked, or that this was somehow a translation to be for women to be submissive and participate in rape culture. If that's what you're coming with this story, then you're not understanding the story completely. And I'm not going to go ahead and debunk all that. I'm just going to talk about something a little different about the implications of what we can learn from the Blessed Virgin. So I'm going to read a passage from one of my favorite books here. It's a pretty difficult book. It's by Jennifer McBride, and it's called Radical Discipleship, Liturgical Politics of the Gospel. And it's just looking at liturgy and Christian activism and how Christians play a role in that. And I want to read just one paragraph about who Mary is and how she embodies what it is to be an active disciple or apprentice of Jesus. All right, so let me find my space. Okay. As Catholic Mariology has once observed, she is the first person to say yes to Jesus. What makes her an especially important guide for us in our search for discipleship that faithfully embodies the gospel is that she says yes with her body. She literally embodies the good news, and she risks guilt in doing so. She takes her place among the guilty, for she was pregnant and unmarried, a crime punishable by death. Her name means rebellion. Yet her rebellion stemmed not from the heroic zeal of a self-made revolutionary, but from a pondering faith that, although much perplexed by what was unfolding before her, took seriously the reality of a fulfillment of God's promises in time. She rebels against the world. She stands as a living contradiction to the unjust arrangement simply by saying yes to God, yes to this historic possibility. Her yes includes not only verbal assent, but also bodily participation in the movement of God, who, as her magnificent proclaims, scatters the proud, brings down the powerful, lifts up the lowly, fills the hungry with good things, and sends the rich away empty, according to that promise. There's a lot to take apart theologically, and you can take time and do that and reflect on that. But one of the things that stood out to me is when Mary finds out that she has been chosen, she is excited. She understood what was happening. The Jewish people were waiting for a Messiah. And not just the Jewish people, this was a story that spread through many cultures, that there was someone to come and correct things in the world. And for us, we believe that is Jesus. And Mary believed that she was going to hold whatever this baby was. And if you read the poem that she says, she is excited, she is ecstatic, but she knows what's going to happen. And yet, she still agrees and proclaims that she is honored. And she says that I will be called blessed for many years. I think that is so important to think about. Do we ourselves see ourselves as blessed for saying yes to Jesus? Or do many of us see it as nothing more than a curse? I bet if many people come in contact among us, would they say we're blessed? I don't know. That's a question I think we should ponder this Christmas. As you, an apprentice of Jesus, do you think people call you blessed? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Check out this book. It's a very challenging read, and it comes from a probably more progressive Christian theological stance, which I think most of my readers don't, or most of my listeners don't fit in that stance. And then another chunk of my listeners are people who don't believe at all, but it's worth looking into. I hope you guys have a great Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year's. I don't know if this will be the last video or podcast for the year, but it's a good chance it will since the year is winding down. I'll see you guys later.